Hey, I made it. Sorry for being super late. Busy week, with DreamHack the last weekend, getting back on Monday, and then trying to address all that stuff, and which I'll get into in a second. And then Thanksgiving. I hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving. A lot going on. I've got 7 days left to launch. You can see the thing back there, I think. A lot of polish, a lot of tweaking things that I've been meaning to get to for a bit. Game's in a really good state though, and DreamHack went pretty well, I think. I mean, it's really hard to tell. There's no real metric. I want to thank Poised. He played the subject demo and put it up 2 days ago, so go check it out. The plan is to put it up there, I think. Also want to thank, I got a list here, so I just, I want to make sure that I'm not missed. I want to thank Max Horror, I want to thank LP, I want to thank Media Games Guide, and Chainsaw Princess. I want to thank all of you for making videos of the subject. Really means a lot to me that you guys are taking the time to play the demo, record it. I'm super excited for when the game launches and see what you guys do then. If I missed people, I'm sorry. I just did a search and found a list of people here. If I missed somebody again, I apologize. I'm very grateful for people doing it, so I just want to thank them. So what's been done? Well, as soon as I got back from DreamHack, I started working on a save system. It was something that I had talked about before. I had mentioned at DreamHack. I've been talking about in the Discord forever. It is a game-wide save system that works exactly as you expect. You hit escape, you hit save, it saves your game. You can load it in the menu, but the game is still permadeath. The reason that's by design. That's something that I would like to keep. We'll see how it plays, but no one has had any complaints so far. If you die, you lose your save game data, and if you start a new game, you lose your save game data. The reason for that is you're going to get faster and faster the more you know how the maze is laid out, the more puzzles that you understand and have solved. You're going to get faster and faster and faster. And I wanted to have that sort of NES, like old school game kind of feel where you die, but you feel like you've gotten better. So you're going to do another run, right? And so I want to try and capture that. We'll see if that's successful. So far, like I've said, no complaints. We'll see. One of the other great things about being at DreamHack was for 3 days straight, I watched people play the game over and over and over again, standing over their shoulder. And watching them all go through the tutorial, I was able to sort of pinpoint some sticky points where they weren't broken or anything. It's just that design-wise, they could have been a little bit smoother. People would get stuck at a point where they wouldn't know to do something specific, or they'd spend forever looking for one thing or another. So small changes, but they really, I think, improved the tutorial experience to what I would consider to be a successful tutorial. All the teachable moments happen. They happen at a much smoother pace, and then you're into the main game. The other thing about the new saving system is that when you beat the tutorial, you don't play it again. That would be super annoying to have to keep going back and playing the tutorial if you died. You can reset it in the options menu if you want for whatever reason, but once you've beaten it, it's disabled, and when you hit a new game, no matter if you died or not, you hit a new game, you start in the main complex. So what do I have left? Good looking question. So I went over some of that stuff. I said I got polish and things, but I have some adjustments on the ending that I wanted to make, a lot of lighting work, some feedback stuff, and some bugs here and there. For the last handful of days, it's going to be a lot of PR stuff, and it's going to be a lot of bug fixing and polishing. Basically, me and testers, I love you guys, trying to break the game as best as we can. And then I will go through and fix those bugs because I want to try and have as good a product for you at launch as possible. Wish me luck with everything. So super excited. A lot of neat stuff happening. Not much longer. So I am super excited for launch, but that doesn't mean it's over. There are things that I want to keep supporting the game, obviously, and fixing bugs you guys find is obviously going to be top priority. Then there are a few things that I would like to do. I want to do controller support. I want to do some hard of hearing support, like some visual indicators for things, so that way if a deaf player wants to play the game, they have things more than just the subtitles. They have cues that show that things are happening around them, just as I have audio cues for things. Colorblind support. That's another one that I would like to do. I want to do it before launch, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, there are things that I have to prioritize, and as issues come to light, and certain tasks need to be taken care of, that is one of the things that has to get pushed, because it's an easier implementation, but it's kind of a low-hanging fruit thing. So if I can do it before launch, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll do it right after. Porting to console. I've been asked about this so much. I gotta ask maybe every other person at DreamHack. It's come up on stream a lot. Console support is something I want to do. However, it is dependent on the success of the game in Steam. I have two plans. There's one that is heavier support in terms of additional content, porting, things like that, if the game is more successful on Steam. And if it's less successful, then it'll be bug fixes and a few updates here and there. But I need to take that development time to focus on a new title, a new project. If it doesn't bring in enough to, support the family, support life in general, then obviously it's more advantageous for me to support the game in a way that is still useful to the people that play it, but also work on a new project with a new direction that can bring in more revenue for the family, right? So that's where I stand with those things. I hope it makes sense. I plan to support the game either way. Obviously, that's something that it'd be ridiculous if I just launched it and did nothing. That's against my nature. But there are two separate plans of attack based on success. Launch day, I will go into more detail next week. On Tuesday, when I'm supposed to be putting these things out. But the long and short of it is there's going to be a stream that I'm going to do. I'll be streaming again soon, hopefully, but launch day for sure on Mixer and Twitch, and I'll be giving away a few copies of the game. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to play the game a bit. I'm going to give away a few copies. If people are streaming it, I'm going to tune into their streams, put it up on mine. I want to support creators the same way I want you guys to support me, right? And it's cyclical. We all got to help each other, So that's the end. That's it for now. Sorry this one was late. It's been a very busy week. There's been a lot of travel. There's been Thanksgiving. There's been lots and lots of work that I have done throughout the hours of the day, every day. Next week will hopefully be better. We'll see. I know it's going to be a rush trying to get everything done, but I don't have lots of events and things going on. So until next time, later on.